This time we are going to use the Object Select tool to remove the background from an image. I'm going to open up an image I saved earlier. And here it is. I have the Essentials workspace on my computer. I can unlock the background on my image. And over in our toolbar, it looks like this. It's called the Object Selection tool. If you click and hold down, it might be hidden behind a different tool over here. You might have to click and hold down to select it, but it's the Object Selection tool. And when I bring my cursor out, you might notice that it will put different parts, make it a kind of a pink, showing that it would select this if I click. So let's select this. We'll click in my mouse and it should make a selection of the person. I can already tell that it's not going to be perfect because it's missing the back of his head. I do want to include the basketball hoop and the basketball. So to add to my selection, let's add the ball first. I'm going to hold Shift on my keyboard, and you can see my cursor shows up with a plus now. So I'm going to click. I was holding Shift and clicking, and it added to my selection. If I did want to take away, I could always hold Alt down, and you can see the minus sign show up in my cursor. That would take away from my selection. But I want to add to my selection, and I want to add the basketball hoop in here. So I can use the same selection process I have right now. I can also change how I select things. So I can adjust it and find the different tools. Let's see. I want to select, instead of the object, oh, there we go. Instead of the object finder, I'm going to use, you can use a rectangle or you can use a lasso. I'm going to use a lasso for this part. So I'm going to hold down Shift to add to my selection, and I'm going to click and draw and tell it what I want to add to my selection. And I can overlap the parts that I already have. I want to have the net in there also. So I'm going to draw around, made my selection, and we'll see how the computer does to add that. Okay, so it missed part of it, so we'll have to keep going. I'm going to hold Shift again, start in my selection, and then kind of loop around and see if it'll add this. It didn't add our net either. Try it again. All right, we're getting better. Still have some more to add right here. Holding Shift, circling around the part that wasn't quite added yet, and it should be able to get that. We still need to couldn't find an object to select. Let's try adding the back of his head first. There we go. We can come back and fix that. I do want to try to add this other part here, though. That should be easy enough to add. All right, so it added that part. We'll come back and fix this in a second. But we're going to head down to the layer mask. And you can also do that up here, but I'm just going to add it in this section down here. When we click on it, it goes ahead and masks away the selection. And it's still, like I mentioned, is not going to be perfect. So we missed this spot up here. And you can always use your brush tool. And as long as white is in front down here, it's going to bring back part of that image. And change my brush size. Using white in front is going to bring that part back. Same with down here. You can see things got a little bit weird in here also. So I can refine that with my brush tool. White is in front, and I can go and bring back some of these parts. You can also notice that the edge is a little bit strange. There is ways to refine your edges that you can do in the properties of this. You could also, if you want or need to, go over it with your brush tool and kind of fix some of those areas, or go into that refine edges. We can see it's a little bit weird in here too. So you can add and take away in this area, just switching. Oh, here's another spot you kind of missed. So I'm going to switch black in front, get a really small brush, and take away that part as well. So it does a pretty good job. It's really fast, but there's also some refining that might be necessary when you're using this selection tool, using the object selection tool. Okay.